hello. My name is Ayanna Mann. I currently attend Howard University. I am a physics major and mathematics, astronomy, philosophy triple minor. Originally from Aurora, Illinois. I started doing pageants when I was 9 years old in 2013. And I stopped doing my last pageant in 2019, which is where I met Kayla. And I've been really just focusing on school ever since. Hi, Ken. That's my brother in the DMs. But yes, I've had a great time since I've been at Howard for the past couple years, and I wrapped up my high school journey after I did my last pageant. But yes, this is what I've been up to since.
Amazing. So that was a little personal bio of Rihanna's, and I'm going to read another one of hers so you guys can get maybe even a better insight of the multifaceted and amazing person that she truly is. Starting pageantry at the age of 9 years old at National American Miss, she also had the honor of concluding her pageant career at 15 years old. Now she is currently a sophomore physics major with a concentration in astrophysics, minoring in mathematics and philosophy, attending the Howard University. She currently is a part of a modeling organization starting last year and threw on something that she has been passionate about during her sense of her pageant days. Now she currently serves as a model coach and a member of this year's e-board. During her free time, she loves exploring DC, and she is also a food enthusiast and loves anything involving art. Welcome, Miss Ayanna. Wow, where do I begin? I have so many questions for you because, I mean, you are so multifaceted and there are so many layers to you. So we are going to try to talk about nearly everything. So like I said, or like Ayanna said before, we met each other when we were competing in pageants. So
Yeah.
can you please talk about your experience in IJM? Because I know you competed there. Talk about your experience and your love for IJM.
Yes, so IJM was actually the first like national level or international level pageant I had really attended in a long time. So it was like my first experience in this huge world of pageantry that I didn't have experience in prior to. I want to say 14 when I attended, but everybody there was so warm and welcoming, and that was really where I found out that like I have a place in this world where I can make serious change. And seeing people that were my age or younger with such amazing platforms and they had started doing such incredible things in their own communities really drove me to try and find my personal passion. And that's when I started my mentoring program entitled Bees, bringing encouragement to everyone with a smile, which is still something I try and implement here at Howard. I have a few mentees back home and a couple at the middle school here on campus that I try and tutor and work into the STEM environment, just because I know being like a brown or black person in this community, we already have a very small pool of people. But being surrounded by so many pageant girls that are just striving to always excel in whatever field they want to go into has really pushed me to be the person I am today, multifaceted, but also just try and excel in any avenue that I find fascinating.
So amazing. I actually remember when you competed in IJM, and maybe you remember this. I think it was during your interview portion. I remember seeing a picture of your beautiful interview outfit, and you actually had a bee pin, correct?
I did.
That kind of that symbolized your nonprofit organization. I remember I thought that was so cool how you were able to bring a piece of you into your interview. So I thought that was amazing.
Yes.
Do you have maybe a favorite memory at IJM or a life lesson that you learned when you were competing there that you're able to still teach others now?
Yes, I remember, ironically, I can't believe you remember the bee pendant. That's insane. But I do remember carrying that bee pendant into the room, and I was shaking so much. I remember before I came in, I can't remember, I wish I could remember who, but there was a group of girls that were also in the interviewing room just getting ready and trying to like de-stress. And we did a cute little meditation moment together. We held hands in like a kumbaya circle. And it really just helped me like realize the community and the strength that like each of us has to go into a room at 13, 14, or even younger and interview in front of adults and just pour your heart out to these people. It's such an incredible skill that you could really bring into any avenue into the world. And I feel like I've really carried those skills into my personal life now, being at Howard, having gone through interview processes during college applications, and now being in the real world, having a job and all these other avenues that you really need these like interpersonal communication skills. Um, it really has helped me become like the person I am today. And I really do think that like my biggest moment from IJM was that interview portion. I was so terrified to go into that room because it was just such a large scale. But the judges and the girls that I was surrounded with really made me feel like I was meant to be there and made me feel like I deserved to be there. And that's a feeling that I feel like everyone should have in any room that they walk into. They should have the satisfaction that they know that they belong in those rooms.
So amazing. And I love how you said you were able to bring those interview skills that you learned at IJM to your life now. And at Howard University, did you have to do an interview to apply? No, right?
No.
Or did you?
I didn't have to do an interview to get into Howard, but I'm in a scholarship program called STEM Scholars Program, and in that portion, we did have to have an interview process. There was like a selection week and interview process, and then there was a secondary interview. But overall, it was a really great time. But yes, even like in that avenue, applying to scholarships and getting in those doors is something that I feel like I would have had the chance or the gusto to try and have the confidence to go into those rooms feeling like I did belong there.
Yeah. And you said in your little bio that you also competed at NAM. And it seems like for a lot of us, National American Miss was where we all started. So can you please talk about your NAM journey? Because I didn't even know that you competed at NAM. You're a NAM girl at heart.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I am. I will forever be a NAM girl at heart. Yes, NAM was my first pageant that I had ever done. I remember actually when I was really, really little, my sister, she competed in NAM when I want to say I was like 4 or 3. And there's pictures of us, just me cheering her on. And I'm like, posing and doing all my stuff. I just always loved the glitz and glamour, but also just like the confidence that these little girls have going on stage and just like showing their all was always so amazing to me. Like ever since I was like 3 watching my sister on the stage, I'm like, I want to be right there. And I got there when I was 9. My mom finally listened to my pleas and allowed me to compete, and I had an amazing time that first time. It was incredible. And NAM just does such a good job at creating that community like I was talking about, like really making it feel like a family atmosphere and like just maintaining that. Even though there are so many people there, you always feel like you're valued and that your voice is heard. And even at such a young age, you're so empowered to like go out and do these amazing things. So that is something that I really, really loved about my NAM experience and really, really carried on throughout my entire pageantry experience. Yeah.
Wow. That is so great that your sister competed at NAM. So you were kind of like a NAM legacy almost. Okay. That is, oh my goodness, that's so crazy because my sister also competed at NAM when I was younger.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Well, so that was pretty interesting. So I guess we both have that in common. So since you competed in IJM and also National American Miss, and you know that they have become the I Am pageant powerhouse.
Yes.
How did you feel about that news? What, like, were you excited? Were you like, I'm gonna compete right now? How are you feeling?
Yes, I remember me and my sister and my mom were still huge pageant enthusiasts. We try and keep as up to date as we can. We have like little group chats where we send pictures. And when the news dropped, we were like, oh my goodness, like I miss it. I have to go back. Like I have to go at least support the people I know that are competing. But like it was such a perfect collaboration. I just feel like those are 2 like huge organizations that have done so much good for the pageant community. So to see them both come together and join into one was just such an amazing opportunity. I'm like, oh my goodness, in my lifetime, these 2 powerhouses have joined forces. Like that's incredible. But yes, me and my sister and my mom were just cheering everybody on, and we're like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be insane. Like the pageant experience of the world.
I know. I felt the same way. I was so shocked. And I guess it's like you said, both 2 amazing pageant organizations coming together to promote more positive pageantry. So that is amazing. And I hope to see you there very soon. We'll
Maybe,
see.
maybe.
We'll see.
We'll see.
And I mean, I really love how you and your family are still intertwined in the pageant community, because I think that so many people believe that, oh, once you're done competing, that you are automatically eliminated out of the pageant loop. But no, even when you're not competing, you're still cheering on your friends. You're still watching NAM Nationals live or IJM Internationals. So I think that you're just a testimonial of what true positive pageantry is, that with or without a crown, you are still cheering on your pageant friends. And I'm so happy that we became such close friends through pageantry. Listen, guys, I mean, Ayanna, she's amazing. She's one of my greatest friends. Her mother is fantastic, always cheering me on Facebook. And I mean, I just love seeing all of the amazing things that you're doing, especially your modeling career.
Yes.
And we're going to start talking about that and how amazing how you were able to transition from pageantry into being a fashion model. So many questions about that I have to ask you, because that is so cool. But first, tell me, how did you get into modeling?
Okay, so like I said, when I was getting in that stage, NAM first pageant, I was always obsessed with like the glitz and the glamour and going on stage with that much confidence. Growing up, I was super outgoing. I was very talkative, got on everyone's nerves. Just could never, I could talk anyone's ear off. But then once I got a little bit older, like preteen age, I started getting like a little bit more insecure and I started doubting my confidence a lot more. So pageantry really did allow me to get outside my comfort zone and find that inner confidence and beauty in myself. And when I got on that stage, I always did gravitate towards runway. That's why I did love IJM. I also did USA National Miss as well. National American Miss, I'd always do casual wear. I would always lean towards doing the modeling portion of it because I just loved being on that stage, being able to transform into this ultra confident being that I just feel like I couldn't be all the time in my everyday. So having the experience to then, after doing pageants, I stopped growing. That was really my big my big stop. And I was like, okay, I'm 5'3". In the real world, unfortunately, I probably cannot be a fashion model. So early on, like during pageantry, I kind of just was like, okay, well, pageants is my route to continue doing something that I love. But after pageants ended, I kind of took a 2-year break until I got here at Howard. And I found a space where there was so much inclusivity and positivity towards the fashion industry and trying to break down a lot of these barriers with weight and size and height. And I found that there was a space where I could be who I was and also pursue something that I love with a community that like really does help you with that. So in my freshman year, I went to the org fair and I went up to the table for the Howard University Elite Models, and I had the opportunity to sign up for interest. And there was a whole interest week of activities. Me and my friends went, we took pictures, we met so many amazing people. And at the end, there was the application process and just the entire process to try and get inside the organization. And after I got notified that I was offered a position in the organization, I freaked out. I'm like, what? Like, my friends are professional models and I'm just 5'3" Ayanna. Like, why would you pick me? But it was that inner confidence that I had instilled in myself to always put my best foot forward, and at least I was in the room. At least I showed my face and had the gusto to try my best. And I think that's something I always live by is if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do with my all. I'm going to put my entire heart into it. And I'm just really proud of myself for still sticking to it and finding ways to constantly evolve and break down the stereotypes that are really embedded in the modeling industry. And since then, I have become a model coach. I was a model coach for this upcoming class that just came out. Congratulations to Class 8. Shout out Class 8. But yes, and I also am a part of the e-board. I'm in the Vice President Cabinet, helping to assist in any way that they need help to prep for this rest of the semester festivities. But and I'm also in DC Fashion Week this coming up weekend. I'm going to be walking in DC Fashion Week, and I'm one of the shortest models they've ever had. And like just there's rooms like that I would anticipate getting into. You really do have to fight and scrape and kneel to try and get in those doors, but just getting there is sometimes good enough for the next girl to have it easier. And that's my entire motivation, is just to make that a more normalized thing for people who look like me or look like you, or just just somebody to have representation, because there's somebody else that is looking for that representation that doesn't have it. So yes, that's kind of my long-winded way of getting into the modeling industry.
Wow, so inspirational. Right, guys? I mean, I love how one of your missions behind being a model is inclusivity.
Yeah.
And showing people that despite your height or despite your weight or even despite where you come from, that you can be anything you want to be in life. And I know that you said that at National American Miss, you did the casual wear competition. And I actually wanted to highlight that because at NAM, they have so many different optionals and you're really able to, I guess, figure out the things that you like. I know for me, the actress competition was really where I began to know that I wanted to be an actress.
Yes.
And I just love how the casual wear competition kind of lighted a fire in you to be like, hey, I really like modeling. And now you are professionally modeling. So I think that is fantastic. And yet again, you are a testimonial that despite your circumstances, you can be anything that you want to be in life. And I want to talk about the modeling at Howard because I find that so cool, and that's something that we should highlight that Howard University has, because I don't think my school doesn't have that. My school has a fashion club, but we don't have professional models that are walking runways every day. So if you were able to, I know that, you know, Howard is elite. Would you be able to talk maybe a little bit about the modeling organization and maybe how it became what it is now?
Yeah, so Howard University Elite Models is one of several modeling organizations on campus. We were founded in 2015. Our founders, Justin and Monty, shout out to them. They founded the organization to create a space for creatives to come together. That being stylists, makeup artists, hair, creative direction, anybody who had a creative desire to be in the modeling industry could have a space and a safe sanctuary here at Howard where you can combine and collaborate and build your portfolio to then go out in the real world and make that change. And I feel like that is something very unique to Howard. There are lots of modeling troupes and modeling like corporations that have like a very specific style, but here at Howard we do things a little bit differently. At least for Howard University Elite Models, we do gravitate towards preparing you for the industry. I know it's a long name. But yes, for Howard University Elite Models, we do gravitate towards preparing you for the industry. So we help you get comp cards and taking digitals and doing runway lessons, and we send castings constantly into our group chats just to make sure that all of us are really fulfilling and getting in those rooms like we deserve to be. And I feel like also because Howard is an HBCU, it really does help with that community. For those that do not know what HBCU is, it's a historically Black college or university. So being surrounded by so many Black creatives in one space that are all working towards a common goal is just a very, very unique experience that I feel like a lot of people don't honestly have the opportunity to be a part of. Just being around people who are driven towards the same goal that look like you is an extremely empowering experience. But yeah, so that's kind of the organization standpoint. Is we do prep models to go into the industry. We prep stylists, we prep hair, makeup, creative direction, like I said. Anyone interested in just pursuing something creative in the industry is really what we're trying to help spread.
I find that so fascinating, also amazing that the modeling organization at Howard is helping the future models. I think that is so great, and that's such an honor for you to be able to be a part of it, and now you're coaching girls, helping them. So I just think that's so beautiful. And Ayanna, you mentor a lot of people. I always hear you saying that you're mentoring someone or you're helping someone. So I just think that I can just highlight once again that she has such a generous heart and you love helping others. And that's just, it's so amazing. You inspire me, honestly, every single day. And I'm so thankful that you were able to talk about the modeling experience at Howard. And now we are going to talk about Howard itself. Ayanna goes to Howard University, the illustrious Mecca.
The illustrious.
So talk about your experience at Howard and maybe talk about how you got in, because Howard is such an amazing school.
Yes. Okay. So I applied to Howard 2 years ago. I'm in my second year now, and I remember I actually had this idea, and I've always kind of said in my interviews during pageants, and since I was in middle school, I actually, ironically, Amaya said HU in the comments. Amaya was a huge inspiration for why I applied to Howard. I saw that she was going there. She's also from Illinois, and we had a very similar pageant community where we were interlapped a lot. And I just looked up to her. I would always see the amazing things she was doing, and I'm like, DC and being in that atmosphere where change is constantly happening seemed like something that really, really was important to me and gravitated towards me as a person and my personal goals. And then I found out about the Karsh STEM Scholars Program, and hi, Amaya. And being that I was interested in astrophysics, I've always had a passion for space and just anything with like aliens and conspiracy theories, but not actually knowing that that's something you can do in real life. So during my college application process, I did a little bit more research and found that at Howard there is a program dedicated towards those interested in STEM that are interested in pursuing a PhD or combined MD PhD. And I really gravitated towards that because one, I'm very indecisive. So the fact that they had the next 8 to 10 years of my life mapped out was really appealing to me. But outside of that, the idea of getting a PhD and being an expert in your field, and that being whatever you desire in STEM, really, really, really did stand out to me. So when I did apply to Howard, I applied and I saw my acceptance letter. And then shortly after, I applied for Karsh STEM Scholars Program. Going through that process, I did have other choices. My top three schools, I think I can say that, were Howard, New York University, and then University of Miami. And I was going to do very, very different things. I did everything in high school. I was drama club, choir, Spanish club, Black Student Union, anything you could think of, I did it. I was all across the board. So as you can imagine, the indecisiveness really did take over when it came to schools. But Howard really stood out to me because, one, it is a HBCU, and I really did value the community that they do support here. It's people that are working towards the same goal of encouraging the Black community to achieve great things, and that's something that I didn't find very frequently back home. I come from a smaller city where they kind of just want you to graduate high school and they encourage you to go to college, but if you can stay in state, that's their best bet. So I was really the only person that had gone across the country for college in my graduating class of almost 1,000 people. So for me, it was like I was kind of just throwing myself in the dark, but I wasn't scared. I was super, super excited. Seeing all the amazing things that people constantly come out of Howard doing. Kamala Harris, the vice president, Chadwick Boseman. We have a recently fine arts building named after him, and so many amazing professionals in the field that have passed these walls. So that was really my leading factor towards coming to Howard and deciding to be here, and also having the financial support of my scholarship program, being that I do have a full ride. It really did allow me to get that burden lifted off that often comes with the college experience and just be and exist and find what I'm passionate about in STEM and in the science industry. So that's something that is extremely exciting for me. And I implore anyone who is interested in HBCU culture to apply to Howard. It's the best. HU, you know. But yes, and if you have any questions, feel free to DM me or ask me anything. I'd love to go into more detail. But yes, I hope that was kind of an accurate answer to
It
your
was
question.
accurate, for sure. And Ayanna is the best at answering questions. I was asking her so many questions about Howard. Was it August? I think it was August.
I think, yeah.
I almost went to Howard with her, but you know what?
Still
It's
sad.
okay. It's
Still
okay.
sad. There's still hope
There's
for you, okay? If you
still
decide to change your mind, we would love to have you, Kayla.
We'll see. We'll see for next term. But but so amazing, like you said, Chadwick Boseman, Kamala Harris all went to Howard University. So it is very obvious that the future leaders of America, they go to Howard. And since it is Black History Month and since you go to an HBCU, let me see, who was it? I think it was Trinity. It was either Trinity or Miss Howard University that when I was interviewing them like last week, they were telling me that at Howard, every single day is Black History Month.
Yes.
So can you please maybe talk about some of the fun things that Howard has during Black History Month, or maybe like really, really cool events that they do? Because I know you guys always have amazing events.
Yes, of course. So yes, like whoever you interviewed said, it's always something happening on this campus. There's always something to do. There's always opportunities. Every day is Black History Month. You're constantly surrounded by just people that look like you, which is such an inviting feeling and so unique to HBCU life. But outside of that, like Howard just has this amazing atmosphere where you just feel the support everywhere you go. And just walking across the yard, at first, it can be incredibly terrifying. Like for the first semester that I was here, I was like, oh my gosh, these people are so cool. Like, how am I even going to this school with all these people who have cool outfits? But now, like, if you ask anybody about anything that I wear the most outlandish things, and I'm right there with the cool people. So it's just this influx of just creativity and inspiration that's constantly flowing here. For Black History Month so far, I actually know my friend, she's heavily involved in the Dominican and Spanish clubs here. So there's a Baile, I didn't want to mispronounce, Chango Baile, and it's the African Latino Culture Club that's also doing a partnership with the dance community here. And they're having an event tonight for Black History Month to highlight Afro-Latino heritage as a part of Black History Month, which I think is often forgotten. At least for me, I haven't really seen that highlighted as much during Black History Month. But they're having a little dance, a little salsa night. So that's one event that I just knew of, and that's happening tonight. But there's also a few other things happening. Earlier today, there were a few speakers that came to talk about research at their schools through the physics department. That's where I've been all day. I've been in class. But even today, like we had that speaker, we have the salsa club. There's Spring Fest tryouts coming up today and tomorrow. If you guys are here and go to Howard, come audition for Spring Fest. It's an amazing opportunity to walk in a fashion show. But yes, there's always amazing things happening here. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like Black Disney. I don't It's a mystical world of adventure.
The mystical world of Howard University.
Yes, the illustrious.
So cool. And I love the amount of events that they have. And like you said, they're having an event for Afro-Latina people. So I think that that's so amazing that they have so many different events for so many different people of different backgrounds. So I think that is amazing. Now, guys, we are going to play a game with Ayanna. The game is I'm going to say 5 different quotes. And each quote is by a different African-American influential figure. Ooh. You're going to tell me who it is. I'm going to give you 3 choices.
Okay.
And you're going to tell me.
This is a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure.
Let me get the quotes ready.
Okay.
While I'm doing that, if you guys have any questions, comment down below. I know Miss St. Clair was here. I'm going to have her actually tomorrow as a guest.
Woo, woo.
Listen, I love Howard University, guys. Has that? I think all of my guests have been from Howard. So
hey, keep them coming. If you need more, listen, I got plenty of people that would love to be in.
You guys are. It's something about the people that go to Howard University. You guys are so talented, so multifaceted, so articulate.
Thank you.
It's, I mean, the future leaders of America at Howard University. That's all I have to say. You guys are so amazing. And I just love how each person that I've interviewed, you guys are all completely different. You all have different like paths in life, but what makes you all similar is that you guys have that drive and that ambition. That's what I see in my opinion, every single person that goes to Howard, they all have that drive and that ambition. So, damn, that should have been a Howard University commercial.
Not too late.
I gotta, man. I gotta come down. I have to. I don't know how far. Let's see. I think DC is it 4 hours away from me?
It's like 4.
4?
4.5. Yeah.
We'll see. I wanted to come down for homecoming, but I couldn't.
There's Spring Fest.
Oh, really?
Spring Fest is like the spring version of homecoming.
Tell us about Spring Fest as I find some quotes.
Okay, awesome. Spring Fest is literally the spring version of homecoming, like I said. In my opinion, I find Spring Fest more fun, probably because it does tend to be ran primarily by students. Homecoming tends to be organized and like forwarded by like alumni and like staff. So there is kind of like a mix of things. With Spring Fest, it's just like the epitome. And the weather is nice. It's like darty seasons. You got like your day parties and you still go to class. It's a great time. Plus there's like fashion show. There's like a yard fest. There's so many amazing activities the entire week. But yes, Spring Fest is where it's at.
We are back.
Yay.
I will be asking Ayanna about Spring Fest a little bit later privately. So let's play the game. I call this Black Excellence Quotes. Let's go. Okay, so the first quote is, I was raised to believe that excellence is the best deterrent to excellence. And that's how I operate my life. Was that said by Oprah Winfrey, Martin Luther King, or Michelle Obama?
I'm going to embarrass myself. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oprah Winfrey.
You said Oprah?
I said Michelle Obama.
Okay. No, listen. You said Oprah, or you think it's Michelle? Both two amazing, inspirational people.
Audience, help your girl out.
Okay.
Okay.
Final answer.
We're gonna go with Oprah.
Oprah. You guys could also help Ayanna
Yes,
down below.
please. I desperately
able to. You said Oprah. The answer is Oprah.
Oh, thank God.
Okay. We got
my black card was in the line just now.
You got 1 point. You're doing amazing.
Okay, goodness.
Okay. The next quote.
Yes.
Okay. Have a vision of excellence, a dream of success, and work like hell. Was that said by Muhammad Ali, Nina Simone, or Dr. Samuel Tobias Cook?
Can you say the quote one more time?
I got you. I'll say it slower. Have a vision of excellence, a dream of success, and work like hell.
I think I'm gonna go with Nina Simone.
Are you sure?
No.
Are you sure?
Not going to lie, I am not sure.
Help her out, guys. Comment down below.
Or Muhammad Ali. See, I'm so indecisive. We just talked about this. This is the worst game for me.
It's okay. It is okay.
Okay. Okay. We lock in. Okay.
You got this.
Mm-hmm. I just feel like who would say the word hell? I feel like Nina's a little spicy. Okay, maybe let's go Muhammad Ali.
Okay.
Okay.
Final answer, Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali.
That's a good answer.
It is.
But it's wrong.
It's wrong. Oh, yes, I knew it.
You were close.
Okay.
It was Dr. Samuel Tobias.
Wow.
You were close.
One person I did not guess.
Okay. We have 2 more.
Yes.
We have 2 more. Okay.
Respect the doctor. Yes.
You got this. You got this. Okay. The soul that is within me, no man can degrade. Was that said by Martin Luther King, Frederick Douglass, or Marcus Garvey? This is a good one, right?
This is a good one. Can I ask you to repeat that quote again?
Yes. I will repeat it as many times as possible. Okay.
I appreciate you.
The soul that is within me, no man can degrade. Frederick Douglass, Martin Luther King, Marcus Garvey. Who do you guys think it is down below? Yeah. You guys think it might be Martin Luther King? Frederick Douglass? Marcus Garvey?
I want to say Marcus Garvey.
Okay.
That's an answer.
The answer is Frederick Douglass. You were close.
It's getting bad. I started off so strong.
You're doing great. 1 more. You could get 2 out of 4. I believe in you. I believe in you.
I need to get at least 50%.
50%. Okay. Last one. Ooh, I really like this one. Okay. History has shown us that courage can be contagious and hope can take on a life of its own. That's deep. I'm going to say that one.
I like that.
History has shown us that courage can be contagious and hope can take on a life of its own. Is that Michelle Obama, Ella Fitzgerald, or Langston Hughes? Mama Main is commenting down below. You got this.
Thanks.
Yes, that was a
Mom, help me out.
Right? Mom, help her out.
Help me out. We gotta get this, Mom.
You got this. You got this.
Who do I want to say?
History has shown
the
us.
worst part is I've heard this quote before.
Mm-hmm. I feel like we've all heard that quote.
Oh no, don't say that.
This is
my mom says Michelle. Okay, let's go Michelle. Let's trust
Michelle?
Mama. Yeah, Mom.
Final answer is Michelle.
Yes.
Unfortunately, that is correct.
Yes. Go, yes. Mom.
2 out of 4.
Yay.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Okay, that was pretty fun. Or it was interesting for Anaya because she's indecisive, but it's okay.
Yeah, it was quite an experience, but it was a great experience.
Very educational, for sure. Okay, so I have more questions for you because, like I said before, guys, in the beginning, there's so many layers to Ayanna, and we have to get through all the layers because she's such an amazing person. Okay, so let's see. Okay, who is a Black figure or a role model that you look up to?
That's a great question. I would say, this is hard. This is really, really hard. I would say, does it have to be a famous person?
Anyone you want.
I think I would have to say, can I pick 2 people? This is going to be really corny.
You could pick 100. I mean, 100 would probably be a lot, but as many as you want.
Okay, I'm going to choose my parents. I think that in many ways, in every way, I wouldn't be the person I am today without the love and support that I've received from my family, but especially like the path that my parents have paved for me. They have set me up in these rooms so that I can really just fully experience life to its fullest. Unfortunately, I feel like, especially talking during Black History Month, Black people in this country historically haven't been able to live their lives to the fullest. They've been taught to survive rather than live. And I think that's something that my parents really instilled in me from a young age, is that they wanted me to live and to do whatever my heart desired. I love you too, Mommy. But yes, and I feel like those values are still something that I want to carry on and I want to transform, because I do realize how important and valuable a support system is. And to me, people who don't have that support system, I try and give that to them. So that is entirely why I've built that mentoring program for people who are interested, Black and brown people in our community that's interested in STEM research or STEM fields, but don't have that support system or family to support them through those goals. I want to be that person that allocates those resources so they have access to those materials. Or even here at Howard, people who are here and they just don't know exactly what they want to do, I would love to give them some confidence walking down a runway any way that they can, so that they can love and they can live to their fullest potential. And I feel like the values that I have been instilled from birth, from my family and from my parents, is just something that I feel like I carry on in every aspect of my life. So I would say that my 2 biggest role models are my parents, my mom and my dad. Yes.
So amazing. I loved your answer. I mean, I'm just blown away by you. I don't know if you guys can see it, but every time you answer a question, I can just tell that it's from your heart. And I keep saying this, but you are such an amazing person. And if anyone, like, honestly, hearing your answers, they come from the heart. And I honestly love that your parents are your role models and that they've inspired you to do so much, because I think that's so important, especially for building a foundation, because I think that our parents are the ones that really teach us the morals and the values that we have. So I just think that is so amazing. I have been able to be around Mama Mann, and she is, I love you too. She is such an amazing person as well, and they have grown you up great. mean, phenomenal,
Thank
Ayanna.
you.
Honestly, you are amazing. They did such a great job with you. So, claps to your parents because
Claps to parents.
you are
Claps
in
to
the
your parents.
right before
Right. Your amazing
like
support system.
it's unless our parents did a great job.
They did.
Honestly. So my next question
Yes.
for you is, let's see, what can students like yourself do to celebrate Black History Month? And I guess maybe students that don't have the privilege of going to an HBCU, like what can they do to celebrate Black History Month?
For sure. I think every day should be Black History Month in every aspect. But during Black History Month, especially, I think it's really important to make sure you're putting yourself first. Self care is extremely important to maintain sanity in the real world. And I think, especially during Black History Month, it's incredibly important that you're looking inward and you're reflecting and you are making sure that whatever you're doing currently is aligning with where you want to be in your future. And I think for the Black community, for anybody, for any minority community, for anybody in this country, it's important that your values always align with where you want to go. Because ultimately, you do have control over where you lead yourself to the future. So I would say to anyone in any atmosphere, in any location, even if you don't attend a HBCU, make sure that whatever you're doing is where you want to be. Every room that you enter is where you want to be, and you know that you deserve to be in that room. That is the best way that we can continue to educate, continue to explore, continue to encourage the next generation of future leaders that look like us, that they are okay to be in those rooms because we have the confidence and the gusto to sit in those rooms because we belong there. And we believe we belong there. So yes.
Amazing. Phenomenal. I'm telling you, every answer, guys. I keep saying this, but it's such a phenomenal role model for everyone. My next question for you, and then we have another game, our final game. I know this is actually pretty fun.
Okay, awesome.
So, so my next question for you is, what are your goals or plans for the future, and how have your title that you had at IJM or just your experience at National American Miss and IJM, how have those systems helped you achieve that final plan, final life goal?
Yes, okay. So like I said earlier, I am a physics major with a concentration in astrophysics. And also I have a mathematics minor and a philosophy minor that I am currently pursuing. But yes, so my goal in the future would be to obtain my PhD in astrophysics. I had the opportunity to do research this previous summer at Northwestern through the Sierra RAU program. And there I conducted research working with a telescope at Caltech, and I was able to get a written paper on the research that I had conducted with my professor, Adam Miller. He's amazing. If you ever are at Northwestern, say hi to Adam for me. But yes, so research is something I'm extremely passionate about. And also, Kayla, news that I have for you, exciting news. I'm going to be in New York this summer. So yes, I'm going to be working at the Simons Foundation, and I'm going to be living in Manhattan. Also doing research so I can do my computational studies and visit you whenever we have the chance to hang out.
Oh my God!
I know. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
This is literally, guys. This is. Oh wait, let me not get the music is coming on for the.
I know. I was trying to save it to the end, but I had to. I couldn't keep my composure.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited!
Yeah.
Yay!
Yes.
Congratulations, guys! Comment down below the celebration emojis. Oh my goodness!
Yes.
Congratulations!
Thank you so much.
I'm so happy for you. Oh my gosh! Listen, guys, we're gonna be hanging out 24/7.
Every day. Every day.
Oh my, honestly, congratulations! That is so. I mean, that is so amazing. Listen, guys, like I said before, a woman of many talents, and this is a follow-up question.
Okay.
Would you say that the characteristics and the life lessons that you learned, that you gained through pageantry, would you say that helped you be able to be a part of that amazing experience that you're about to have in the summer?
Definitely say so. Pageantry taught me so many unbelievable skills. It's countless. I can't name them all. I truly cannot. But just the interpersonal communication that I have, the ability that they teach you to listen and observe and lead in your community. And if you see a problem, fix the problem, be the change that you want to see. Truly, I feel like that has instilled me the perseverance to go into any room knowing that I belong there. Like I keep repeating, it's important to me. I can't help it. But yes, being in the science field, there is less than 5% of Black women that graduate with a degree in physics. That alone, to me, is incredibly insane, and it's unfortunate. But changing that narrative of what a scientist looks like, I think, will help that trust between the Black community and the science industry. I think a lot of times the communication does get lost, but it's because that communication is often projected by people who contribute to the systemic challenges that the Black community has had. So, unfortunately, there is a very underwhelming percentage of minorities that are involved in the STEM field, but hoping to expand those rooms and open those doors for future generations to feel like they do belong is really where my passion comes from. And that all started with pageantry. Going into those rooms, going to interview rooms, talking about the change I wanted to see in my community has now grown into the change I want to see in the world. And I think that's ultimately what pageantry is meant for, is supposed to produce, is these change makers that are driven to help and advance their communities. And I'm just grateful that I can say that I was a pageant girly, and I can continue to say how much pageantry has truly taught me over the 6 years that I was an active pageant girl.
Ayanna, man, everybody. there, there's so much to say about you. And overall, I could say she is a representation of a true pageant girl and the positive impact that pageantry will have on your life. You are going to do so many amazing things in the future, and you are already doing phenomenal things. I mean, from having a full scholarship at Howard University to teaching other students at Howard how to model to, it's an internship, right?
Yes.
Is that the, okay. To your amazing internship in New York City over the summer. What has this girl not done? Or what is this? I mean, there's so many things that you've done, and it's just amazing. And I'm so happy for you because I know that you had your journey, and I'm just so happy for your success, and I'm so proud of you, and you deserve all of the amazing things that you currently have and all the amazing things that are coming your way. So I'm just honestly, I know your mom was like, New York City, Mama, man, you're going to have to come with her because we're all going to have to hang out.
A family
Little double
reunion.
dates. It's going to be fun. But I mean, all of the amazing things that are coming to you, you were so deserving of it, and I'm just so happy for you. I know you're gonna have so much fun in New York. Are you like,
we're gonna have so much fun in New York.
Take you everywhere. I'm just so happy for you guys. Listen, comment down below. I just saw my friend Carmela, who was the Pennsylvania team. She just commented congratulating you.
Thank you.
Listen, guys. I mean, if you had the honor of meeting Ayanna in person, she is a ray of sunshine. I'm not over exaggerating. She radiates positivity. When I met her at the pageant we did in 2018, I think you might have been the first girl to speak to me. And you were just like, hey, like she was so kind and so sweet. And we just naturally gravitated towards each other. But I promise you, I feel like she naturally gravitates toward anyone because she is so kind, so bubbly, so funny. So I know I'm ranting, but I'm just so happy for you. So we're going to play a final game. And then if we have any like final messages, any final things that you want to say, we'll do that. So we're going to be playing Guess That Song.
Okay.
Black History Month edition. And these songs, to be honest, these songs are fairly easy.
Okay. This makes me feel a lot better.
We got this. Okay. Yes. Let me start with song number 1. So I guess you could just say the name of the song and the artist. Okay.
Game face. Mom said New York City. Okay, listen to it. Now don't kill me. Run the World, Beyonce.
Of course.
Okay,
Yes.
I was mixing up the title. I'm like, girls run the world, we run the world.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I probably shouldn't have put the hook in it. I'm not gonna do that next time. Okay, awesome. 1 point. Okay. Next song. Comment down below, guys. If you guys know the song, comment down below.
Yes, play with me.
Next song.
I just want to listen to it.
Do you know it?
Yes, lift me
Okay.
up, Rihanna.
Yes.
Yes.
Such an amazing song.
Such
an amazing movie.
Performance. Oh, love that woman.
We will have to talk about that later. Listen, guys, great performance. I probably should have went live for the Super Bowl, but I was waiting for Rihanna to perform. So
Rihanna's concert. Let's clarify the title.
Rihanna's concert.
With the side of football.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. She was so good. Okay, next one. I keep forgetting that I'm putting the hook in, but your answer.
This makes me giggle. Okay, Beat It, Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Okay. We have one more song. Okay. Why do I don't even know why I keep putting the hook in. It's hard. Please.
I need redemption after this last game.
You do.
I'm enjoying this.
3 out of 3. We have 2 more.
I'm okay with 100?
This. I think she did 100.
Yeah.
Okay, last song, guys.
Don't even get me started.
I forgot that Ayanna was into musical theater.
I was about to sing every word. Theodore should write me a letter every day.
Oh man, I forgot you were a musical theater kid. So will you do the honors?
For it? Aaron Burr.
Yes.
Hamilton the musical.
Yeah.
Okay. Leslie Odom Jr. if you want the government name.
Ooh, that's an extra point, guys. Hamilton, 5 out of 5.
Hands down, every single word ingrained. So sorry. Right. Musical theater kid was really coming out.
I remember when Hamilton was out that they said that Hamilton was the first musical, I could be wrong, correct me, was the first musical on Broadway that had was it an entire African-American cast or was it an entire
I think it was people of color.
People of color. Okay.
Yes.
That is a highlight. Mm-hmm. I mean, that is
History Month.
Right?
Yes.
So, Ayanna got a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
She redeemed herself. So,
now musicals,
okay, guys.
I could do
any questions for Ayanna? Any questions, concerns, any final messages that you want to tell her? Comment down below. Okay.
I'm an open book.
Open book. You guys can ask her anything because she said a lot about herself. So I know you guys have questions.
Right.
So Ayanna,
yes.
I guess you can do your final message. Maybe what would you tell kids around the world, or even maybe what would you tell your 5-year-old self? Something like that. Final message.
Okay, awesome. I'll go with the 5-year-old self, so it's a little bit more personable. Something that I frequently talk about is my fascination for space and like feeling like I am super small on the grand scale of the universe. And then also looking at society and seeing that there aren't a lot of spaces where Black and brown women can flourish confidently. I also feel small on that scale, but having the community to really, really positively impact each other and uplift each other is something that I think is extremely important to know. And knowing or being able to see where I'm at now and where I'm going in my future, I think would have been enough for 5-year-old me to not feel the burden that society often places on Black and brown women. Um, and I think just knowing that there is somebody in your corner constantly, having that reassurance, having that confidence to just speak up and be unapologetically you is something that I would have loved to hear as a child. But luckily, like I said, my parents molded me well. So things worked out either way. But I think it's extremely important to always have that support to know that you are going to be okay and you're going to be the positive influence that you want to see. Change will happen. Yes.
I agree. Most definitely. Yeah, I agree. Change will happen, and you have to be that. Sometimes you have to force change, or sometimes it will not happen. So I definitely agree. We actually got a question, and I think that you can do the honors of talking first. So can you see the question or no?
I can.
Okay. So the question is it too late to start pageantry at 20? I guess you can go first and answer.
No, it's not. Also, hi, Alyssa. This is my best friend from back
Oh,
home.
nice.
No, Alyssa, I've been telling you for years now you should do pageants. And I will gladly fly back home and train you if I have to myself. But no, there's always an avenue. Even now, there's doors open for women who are pregnant, who are married, who are older, like 60 plus. There's always a community, I feel like, for you to do pageants and for you to get on that stage and just show your heart, show your passion, show your dedication to advancing your community. I don't think it's ever too late. I think there's so many opportunities for any person who's interested in pursuing pageantry to get in that door. And it starts with conversations like this. It starts with asking questions. So I'm so glad you had this question. And I think Kayla can add to what NAM and IJM has to offer for 20-year-olds interested in pageantry.
Yes. Great job. Yeah, National American Miss and both International Junior Miss. I think the oldest you can be, I could be mistaken. You should probably go to the website. I'll put it down below. But National American Miss and International Junior Miss, they do accept 20-year-olds. You would be in the Miss division, and like Anaya and I both said, that NAM was our first pageant. So if this is your first time competing in a pageant, you can either compete at National American Miss or International Junior Miss. I guess it's just maybe about what you like more, but they are both two phenomenal organizations, and they welcome women of all different backgrounds. And when you join the I Am Pageant Powerhouse family, you will be so welcomed, and it's such an amazing environment. And like I said, we both met each other through pageantry, so you will make so many amazing friends. And if you have any more questions, you can either ask your friend Naya, or you can even DM me or just go on the site. I will put it down below. Hi, Megan Gilbert. That is the amazing I Am Pageant Powerhouse sponsor who took our amazing pictures. Hello, thank you for being here. And we're getting more questions. They love us. They love you. They love
you. Wait, we can't hear you anymore, Kayla.